before this video starts, I want you guys to give a nice farewell to the mask that I have right now. We are now moving on to an upgrade. Okay, say this. Can't see my eyes no more. All right, look at it, enjoy it, because it's gone. It's gonna be gone. Literally, I am Spider-Man. I was like waiting for this mask to come for so long. I know I'm getting a little out of topic, but we're gonna make this video a little bit more me because, you know, I was a little too serious in the last one. This is gonna be my new mask from now on. Now I know my microphone's probably not gonna sound the best anymore because this is a plastic covering, so I feel like my voice won't sound as clear. But you know, hopefully microphone picks up what I gotta put down and it's still gonna be decent and good. All right, so let's get to the video. So today we're going to be talking about Peterson's book and the Adam and Eve chapter. I just finished it and basically going to relate it to, you know, where we are right now. So basically the application of what his explanations of the Bible are. So it's not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo and we all can, you know, get something out of it, because I do think, like I said in the last video, I do think Peterson is right about this. What I'm reading so far right now is has had an application to my life and still does to this day, which means something. All right. I'm going to explain it to you and you guys can give the feedback of what you guys think. So, you know, we can get stuff rolling. You know what I'm saying? So then you guys can either get something out of this or I can get something out of you. It's mutual exchange. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, back and forth, doing what we like to do, doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? All right. Time to get dramatic. Pride killed the human race before murder ever did. And it didn't look the same on Adam as it did on Eve. One tried to control the world, the other stood by and watched it burn. I mean, think about it. In the garden, they had everything. God's presence, perfect peace, one rule, but pride. Pride showed up wearing two different faces, two different masks, some might say. So Eve, as a maternal figure, had that instinct to protect what she loved. And in the garden, that meant Adam and the life they shared. But even good instincts can go too far. The serpent's offer didn't look like a rebellion to her. It looked like an upgrade. More wisdom, more safety, more control over the future. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? But in reaching for it, she stepped outside God's command, trying to remove all danger herself. That's what Peterson calls the devouring mother, where the drive to protect turns into control, and in the process, you make the people you love weaker and less ready for the trials that will come. Eve basically wants to take the current snake and all the other snakes, put him behind a door, but you know, within the door, there's a little gap. And while the snakes are pretty thick, that doesn't mean they can't get through the gap. It is kind of, it stalls the time that they're going to get to reach to the people that they love. So it's not like they're not going to eventually get there. You're just giving the people that you love more time to get devoured by the snakes, because it's going to inevitably happen. The snakes are always going to be there, and when they come, they think either that we're going to get eaten or we're going to confront it. It's the only two choices we're going to have. The faster we get to the snakes, the better off we are. And you see, Adam's pride was the opposite. He wasn't tricked. 1 Timothy 2:14 says he knew exactly what was happening, but he stayed silent. Maybe to keep the peace, maybe to avoid losing Eve, maybe just to dodge the conflict altogether. And let's be honest, that's still a lot of us today. We see the problem coming and we just hope it sorts itself out. And I'm victim to that. I have done that many times. I have something in my mind right now that I'm doing at the moment that's exactly like that. And that's the absent father, the man who watches the chaos creep in and tells himself it's not his job to stop it. His pride wasn't in trying to control it. It was in thinking he could avoid responsibility without consequences. And like I said, what I'm guilty right now is that I have to return my Wi-Fi equipment for my Xfinity thing, and I have not done that. And I keep getting notices. And the thing is, I have my equipment. I'm just like extremely lazy to do it. But this kind of goes back into what I'm saying. When you leave a problem to sort itself out, it's just going to exponentially grow to something so much bigger. So it reminds me of a story that Peterson was talking about. I don't know if it was within the book or a video that I saw. It was about this kid and his mother, right? So the kid saw a dragon, and it was very, very small. Very little teeny tiny dragon, right? And he really wanted to pet it. But he was like, dragons aren't real, right? That can't be real. So he went to go tell his mom, like, hey, there's a dragon in my room, and I don't know what to do about it. And mom was like, dragons aren't real. There is no dragon. So the kid took her word and was like, okay, fine, there is no dragon. Dragons aren't real, right? And he noticed as the days gone by, the dragon keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he tells him, like, he tells his mom, hey, so the dragon keeps getting bigger. What do we do? And I was like, dragons aren't real, bro. Come on, dude. Like, it's a form of fiction. What are you talking about? And then the dragon starts getting into the kitchen, starts eating all the food. And the mom clearly sees it, but she keeps telling herself, nah, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. And everybody keeps avoiding that the dragon is real, even though it's clearly manifesting in their life and causing a really, really big problem, right? Until the dragon gets so big, it starts dragging the house and putting everybody into freaking chaos. And then the dad was like at work the entire time. The dad comes back and he's like, yo, where's my house? And the neighbor's like, oh, yeah, I saw like a dragon like drag it down the street. And he's like, oh, okay. He goes. And then basically, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff comes out. And when the dad comes back, the kid tells the father, yo, there's been a dragon this entire time. So finally, he owns up to the responsibility that there is a dragon, as in the issue. The thing is, they let the issue get so big that it did all that stuff, took their house, ate all their food, got in the way for doing everything because the mother didn't want to acknowledge that there was a dragon there. And the kid did the same until the kid pet it. That's when the big dragon became back to its normal size. And then the kid was like, I like you in that size. You're better in that size. And the message of that story is you take the responsibility of the problem that is faced with you at exactly that moment and don't let it get big enough to where it starts making other issues in your house. Let it not affect your life in the way that it could if you could just avoid it altogether by addressing the issue as soon as it happens. Peterson says maturity means putting away childish ways, taking on responsibility, and walking straight into suffering that comes with it, because that's where meaning is found. Adam avoided that suffering, Eve tried to bypass it, and both paths, they led to the same place, destruction. As I was reading this chapter, I was asking myself these questions that you could ask yourself too. Where do you see yourself in this? Are you trying to control everything to keep people safe? Are you trying to stay quiet when God tells you to stand up? Both are pride, and both will keep you from growing into who God called you to be. Jesus calls us to deny ourselves, take up our cross, and follow him. That means embracing responsibility, facing suffering head on, and trusting his way over our own. You see, pride doesn't always look like shaking your fist at God, okay? Sometimes it's reaching for control, sometimes it's doing nothing at all. Both will kill you. Only humility before God will save you. And the reason I make these videos is because a lot of what I see in these chapters are what I've already gone through. I've tried to take the easy way out. I've tried to find things and cut corners, stuff like that. And I realized like you really cannot grow in life unless you face it head on and do what you actually have to do. There's no cutting corners. And there is people who have done that and have, I wouldn't say succeeded, but gotten somewhere because doing the wrong things. And I will say that eventually it's going to catch up to them, whether it's in this life or the next one. But the best answer is never to cut corners and to do what you have to do, regardless of the situation you're in. And that's my Spidey 2 cents. I hope you guys liked this video, enjoyed it. Comment anything that you think that I could have gotten better in this chapter, or if you guys have any thoughts of your own, I would love to know. I would love to conversate with you guys. And I really, guys, hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.